to Finding Calm in the Chaos. I am Denise Sith, and this is my podcast. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another episode of Finding Calm in the Chaos. You know who I am. I'm Denise. Oh my gosh. So today I feel very canny today, like can, like I'm in a can. I don't know, maybe I'm too loud in my ears. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to turn it down a little bit just in case. Oh yeah, that's better. I am going to talk about our last day in Rome. Finally, it's the end of August. I'm going to talk about our last day of Rome in June. Because to me, it was the most special, to be honest with you guys. But there is some stuff that I want to talk about as well. So, hey, let's just jump into Rome. Why not? How you peeps doing? Just saying. So last day, it was basically the last night. We did do, like I said, the Pantheon and the Pantheon Square the day before. Just kind of hung out neighborhood-wise. Checked out all the local dining options, that kind of thing. But we did meet up again, like we did in 2023, with friends of ours from that live in Rome. And the connection we have with them is that I went to grammar school, good old St. Priscilla in Chicago, Illinois. It's not even there anymore. I mean, it's there, but it's not a school. So I don't know what Chicago's doing with it. Probably, I'm not going to say it. So irrelevant. Irrelevant. But it is literally what I look forward to the whole trip. Now, obviously, my friends have jobs. So, they have to, there's rush hours. There's, people come home, they wind down, they have lives. So yeah, do I expect them to drop everything to meet with us? No, but they do. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that wholeheartedly. So, yeah, so there's that. We appreciate that. We literally love them like extended family. They are so good to my son while we're there. They were good to my niece while we were there. Even though we only met for a couple hours, I feel like we catch up on that literally the time that we're not together. Plus, we message each other every day from stories, usually almost every other day, if not every day, just to say hello and how was your day and all the things. They have a dog named Alaska, and she's adorable, and Peter loves her. And we're trying to get out there one time so that we can actually meet Alaska. But I think we're going to have to go when they go on vacation or tempt them with like a really nice place and they can come out to us. I think that's what we're going to do next. We're going to tempt them. We're going to lure them with a gorgeous villa or palazzo, and they could come and visit us and hang out in the luxury for the day. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So my friend is a social worker and her husband is a carabinieri, which is the fancy police. And I don't know. So they do like everyday policing. They do crime investigation, but they have this like heritage formal, like military dark blue dress uniform. And it looks awesome. It looks awesome. Very ceremonial looking, that kind of thing. But, yeah, and he works the Trevi district. And so one of the things that we did, so they met us at the apartment. So they have their scooter. It's easier to bring your scooter into the downtown area. So even though we were literally staying in his district, they live in Rome, but in a suburb of Rome. So like a western suburb. Per se, but still Rome itself. So their address is Rome, just the outskirts, not downtown. Okay. So, we appreciate that they come in after work. Plus, it's really hot. So after work, they have to go home. They want to shower. They want to relax. They want to, hey. So they did that. And then they came out to us and said they would meet us and we would go have gelato. Okay. So I'm like, sweet, coffee, gelato, whatever. Okay. So gelato always wins. Just FYI. Gelato always wins. So we wound up going to, a place down the way. I wanted to walk a different direction because we had been walking the same, like kind of 3 different directions. So I'm like, well, what's in this opposite way? So we went, found the place where there was gelato and just walked over and they just parked the scooter at our place and then our apartment there. And then it was hot, but I feel like her husband, so my friend's name is Tiziana, and her husband's name is Alessandro. We call him Sandro. And it's interesting because he is a library of information about history in Italy. Like when we walk around, he will tell stories of different things that we're passing or areas or buildings or whatnot. And it's fascinating to me because I love this stuff. I feel like a lot of people feel I can do that I can walk by and like randomly tell stories about stuff. So maybe he is just like the version of me that I can be enabled with. I don't know. Enamored with? Enabled? I don't know. Enamored. Oh my gosh. They're coming back though, the words, peeps. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. They're coming back. But yeah, so I was super fascinated. Now, the first time we met in 2023, I did not have any kind of long, I have no conversational Italian. I have enough Italian to say words. What makes me angry is that I can know all the words. I simply can't put them together in order to make a sentence quickly. I have to think about it. So it's like just there. I'm getting a tutor. Just FYI, because apparently that's the only way that you're going to learn because I immersed myself. I did the immersion. I got rid of Duolingo. I did Duolingo for like 4 years. And I feel like it's gotten me this base of all of these words and all of this stuff, but you can't get conversational on a program like that. So then I started following a guy on YouTube, Manu, Italian with Manu. I don't know what it's called, but I love him. And his podcast has really helped as well. He has a podcast too. And so I start listening to his podcast, listening to the stories. Then I started watching television shows. Then I started reading books, short stories. And then I started listening to Italian radio. And so it really helps I'm going somewhere with this, peeps, I promise you. But I still could not do any of that. And if you spoke to me quickly in general conversation in 2023, I could not pick up everything you were saying. Directionally, food-wise, traveling, I had it down, okay? But to actually hear somebody just randomly start talking to me and know what they were saying, that wasn't happening, okay? Unless I knew the topic and I could switch my mind to like those words, if that makes sense. This time around, he was speaking and I understood what he was saying. There were some words that kind of skipped over, but I believe sometimes those are slang words or words that aren't used often, or that I just didn't cover in detail when I was studying for 4 freaking years. You know what I'm saying? But I could understand him. And it was funny because I feel like he was testing me. He was telling me stories as we were walking, and I was like looking, she was in between us, my friend Tiziana. And so I think he would stop every now and then and ask her, does she understand what I'm saying? Do you need to translate? And she would say, do you know what he's saying? And I'm like, yeah, no. What happened after they grouped everybody in the center? And she goes, she understands. So keep talking. So he would keep talking. So I feel like we had got a closer bond because I was able to absorb like his energy this time and understand it. But he told some amazing, he knows everything about Italy. It's in Rome in particular. It's fascinating. I would love to just sit down and have like a relaxed conversation with him that isn't time rushed, that kind of thing. So I'm working on it. But we went and had gelato, and then me and my friend gabbed for a little bit in English, and then, he just tunes off, I think. Peter just adores him, and he adores Peter. I hope he does. He looks like he does. But Peter just loves him. So we took pictures of him and Peter this year so that Peter can have one for his posterity. We just really enjoyed the time that we had with them, as short as it was. It doesn't matter. I tried to call a few friends from home that I know would enjoy talking to her, but nobody answered the phone. Nobody answered the video call. I'm like, sorry, not sorry. I'm like, welcome to America. Nobody picks up anything. But then you hear, oh my gosh, I wish, no, well, too late now. I mean, I'm in Italy. If you want to say hello to somebody, just pick up the phone. How fucking hard is that? Just saying. So she was a little disappointed that I couldn't get anybody, but I'm like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We got this, man. So we just like chit-chatted some more and, wound up walking back, and then Peter got his what is now turning into the customary scooter ride. So last time we were here, he really wanted to ride on the scooter. So Sandro put him on the back of the scooter, and I gave him a little ride around the Coliseum area, which is pretty congested. Okay. Not that the Trevi area is not congested, because it was, but they did a longer ride this time. And Peter was super excited about it. It's like his highlight of the trip. He ends it with a bang with the scooter ride with Sandro. And, but yeah, so next time we would like to spend more time with him, both of them, and our families, and see what we can do there. And like I said, it's just a matter of timing. Their vacation times are different than ours. What can we do? Like I said, I think it's going to be that weekend. We get them for a weekend. They could bring the kids up, do whatever, whoever wants to come. Cause we'll just get a big place. Maybe probably in Umbria somewhere. I love Umbria. And that's it. We flew home the next day. We got up early. We had already had a car. The wonderful woman that hosted the room that we were staying in, wound up finding a cheaper car for us. I was like, nice. So, like a lot cheaper, like 180 euro to like 90 euro. I'm like, hello, we're saving half. So we canceled the other ride, booked with her guy, showed up promptly on time, like promptly. I checked all the room, got everything out. We went downstairs, went to the Rome airport, which is about 40 minutes, 45 minutes maybe in traffic, but it was the morning. We left early. So we left early to make it to the airport in time, thinking we are in an American airport. But we're not in an American airport. We're in an Italian airport where if nobody's flying out until after 7:30, nobody's there until 7. And I'm telling you, they're all like having coffee, like just having a conversation with their little uniforms on and setting up their places. And there is no work until it's time to work. We're all waiting in line. I'm like, okay. My niece was a little agitated by that. Like, I'm like, yeah, this isn't America. They're not even like on the clock. And then like out of nowhere, a supervisor showed up. You could tell because her uniform was different. And then she kind of checked in with everybody one by one. They all sat at their stations, and then boom, it was open and everybody went through the line. And it was like quick and efficient. I've never had a problem flying internationally, but apparently a lot of people do. I don't know if I just get lucky or if I just know how to fly. I don't know, because that's a big thing nowadays too. You see all these like reels and stuff, and I'm always like, who does that on an airplane? And the ones that really get my goose are the ones, yes, I said that. The ones that really get me are the people who fly with families, because mind you, I have flown single for predominantly my entire life. And then when obviously I got married and had a family, I started flying with my family. I can't even imagine. Flying is not cheap to begin with. Okay. Cause I'm going to preface this whole conversation with, I am not talking about budget airlines. I will not and have not flown a budget airline. You will never see me on a Southwest, on a Spirit, nothing. Okay. I pay to fly because I don't want those experiences. Am I exempt from those experiences because I pay for it? Absolutely not. But it has really rounded my curve of ratio, and I'm able to say that I've never had an issue on a plane, ever. Ever, 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 ever. And I will never, ever, ever complain about a delay, even if it's over an hour, which personally I've never had. But yes, I'm going to be 56 and I've never had an airline that has delayed me, knock on wood, for more than an hour for mechanical reasons only. And if you're going to complain that your plane is being delayed because they're fixing a mechanical issue, you need to check your priorities because you just want them to check. I'm never going to complain that the plane's being de-iced, the plane's being cleaned, or the plane is getting a mechanical check. You check those out, baby. I'll sit here and grab me another coffee. I'm good to go. You take your time. Okay? You take your time, you fix your things. Don't rush me. Don't like be called quick to judge. So when you're like, I'll never understand that. Like people getting all mad. It's a mechanical error. Don't you want to fix it? Don't want to jump on this plane and fly out because you feel like you need to be somewhere like right now? No, I don't. I'm okay. Oh, but back to the subject. As a family, I'm always completely taken aback when I see that someone has gotten on with their family and they are so entitled that they feel that because they did not book their seats together, they booked too late, they were too cheap. I don't know, peeps. I'll never understand it. If I'm flying with my family, we're flying on a flight and we're all flying together, seated together. And those are the seats I'm going to pay for. But somehow on a repetitive basis, families are flying with multiple children and not sitting together. And then to me, the most heinous part is expecting people who are within the group that they booked tickets around in the seating area to give up their seat for their children or themselves so that their family could sit together. Yeah, that's a hard ass no. Okay? And the fact that people are getting filmed now and shamed. There's a video that went viral a while back about a young woman who was flying solo and she was flying against a window. And might I add, okay, so not only are you paying for a premium spot, I don't know if this was a premium airline. I think it might have been, meaning it's not a budget flight. Not only did this person pay for me, I do this as well. Not only will I pay for my seat to have my seat, I will sometimes then on seating assignment pay for an upgrade to sit in a better area. Okay? Like I do it all the time. And I do it often for my entire family, not just me and expect everybody to be coming along. It's just not how it works, right? But I will tell you that this girl had a window seat. And that's another thing. Nobody in their right mind, unless you are somebody's child and you have no option because those are the parents' seats, ever wants to sit in the middle seat. I don't even know why they have middle seats anymore. I feel like there should only be like ends and windows. I am not a window seater. Okay. Neither is Mr. Sith. Mr. Sith, I believe, only does window seats because he's tall. He's 6'3". When we're in a bigger aisle or an emergency aisle, which we can't do when we're traveling with Peter because kids aren't allowed in the emergency aisle, the exit aisle, because you have to be able to help and kids can't help contractually. So then I am an aisle person. Number one, I don't like crawling over people if I need to be somewhere. Number two, I don't even like going to the potty on a plane. But when you're flying internationally, you don't have that option. So I will hold it until the very last moment when everybody has gone to bed, because I have a hard time sleeping on flights, if I sleep at all. And then I will just get up and use the restroom. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm at the end. If I'm getting seized up a little, I can stand up. There's no issues, right? That's part of flying with lupus. I'm always like shocked that people are like, I'll never understand how a plane like lands and seatbelt sign goes off and everybody, why do those people just stand? Well, a lot of those people might have autoimmune or joint issues or arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis or back issues. And they need to stand because they've been sitting for too long. And we want to make sure that when we actually get to the aisle, that we can move our fucking legs. Just saying. Just saying. Don't shame people that stand up. Now, I don't like people who get up and like, you're in row 14, but you're going to get up and like walk to the front. No, that's not okay. I'll never understand this either. For some reason, we start at the front and we exit the rows as they go back. Personally, I feel like they should exit that way, but when they board a plane, they should board from the back forward. Unless you're in first class, then just go sit your ass in first class, and then everybody starts seating back to front. Because there's nothing worse than being seated and having a ton of people come on with most of the families are right there or the young kids because they're cheaper tickets, and like having a bunch of suitcases in your face. They got nowhere else to put them. We're all crammed in there like sardines. So, I mean, what the heck? But back to the story. The original story. This woman had bought a seat and upgraded to sit in a window seat. So she bought a window seat in an aisle and then upgraded to sit further up, usually above the ring, like before the wing starts. Those are like the premium seats. And so this woman insisted that she should just give up her seat because like her daughter or somebody in her family needed to sit there. And she was like, no, I'm sorry. I bought this seat and I paid extra to upgrade. And I'm really sorry that you didn't book your tickets together, but I don't sit. And mind you, I have a reason to sit in the aisle. I won't sit anywhere else, period. I also like to sit before the wing starts on a plane. I am not a fan of being behind the wing at all. Just my thing. But the entitlement of somebody asking that is, to me, like through the roof. But then what happened to this poor woman after that is just a whole level of ridiculousness. This woman and multiple passengers around the woman, they started bullying her for not giving up the seat she paid for and was assigned and then paid extra to upgrade. They filmed her the entire flight, mocking and degrading her. Are you kidding me? You know Jesus was sitting with that girl that day. Because I would need Jesus to be sitting on me that day. Because there is no way that I would allow that to go on. That multiple people felt so entitled that this girl traveling solo should have to give up the seat that she paid for because someone else didn't do their due diligence when booking their flight. That is an outrage to me. Now, mind you, no one did anything on the plane. The airline employees, the staff, nothing. She was literally belittled, filmed, and mocked the entire flight. I don't know where she was going. I know it was domestic. Still, you know what I'm saying? But details have come out recently, have come to light that the woman is suing the airline, all of the flight crew, the captain, and the 4 people that filmed her because they repeatedly posted it. She went viral all over. And it caused a huge controversy over, I know you're posting this, but I don't think you realize it's not the flex that you thought it was. Like, how dare you think that somebody would give up their seat for you because you didn't do your due diligence, and then you wanted to go ahead and film her, mock her the entire flight, and then film her and try to shame her on social media? Are you kidding me right now? They tried to dox her and all this other stuff. Like, it was really like insane. Again, some people, there's a reason why we need mental facilities back, because people now are masquerading as, I have rights when you have mental issues. And these people, anybody who filmed this woman that did that had a mental issue, period. But yeah, so she's suing them all in a court of law. And I'm like, oh, MG, I hope you get everything that your heart desires because she deserves it. In my opinion, just for her calm demeanor the entire flight, I would have lost my shit. There would have been a marshal present somewhere because I think I could have shut them down at the very beginning to stop them all before it went. Because that's just it. Because it doesn't matter, too, that a lot of times these people don't even care to process that I paid for a ticket. And it's always, it's never, that's another thing, too, before I can even say that comment. A lot of these people want you to switch seats with them, but they sit in the back of the plane. They're never people who sit in first class or business class. I'm like, well, shit, if you want to sit here with your family, I'll go sit in your first class seat. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. But no, I'm not going to pay for an upgrade on top of the extra. And then you are going to berate me an entire flight because you didn't do your due diligence. Oh, no. That's why there is a God, people, because that has never, ever, ever happened to me. And I'm not saying I would never do it because once in my life, I was flying for business. I was in my late 20s, okay? And there was a young girl, and back then it wasn't a big thing for spectrum, autism, but clearly this girl was on some sort of spectrum. She sat next to me. It was 3 in the middle and 2 on each end, okay? It was a long flight. Let's just put it that way, okay? It was an international flight. For whatever reason, it was a last minute booking because this is what the flight attendant, okay, came up to me. The flight attendant, not the mom of the girl. The mom of the girl was sitting in the back. Okay. And when I say she was sitting in the back, she was sitting in the back row next to the latrines. Okay. And I'm like, I don't sit there. I don't sit by the potties, period. Not on a plane, not on a train. Not on a bus. You know what I'm saying? See, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't sit near the potties. And so the flight attendant came up and said, ma'am, if you have a moment, I would like to talk to you about a seat exchange. And she said, clearly the young girl next to you is special needs, is what she said. And it was a last minute flight that had to be booked by her mother. Her mother is sitting in the back. She doesn't think she'll be a problem, but she will need assistance to help with her social, the media, the movies. She'll need help with eating. She'll need help. I mean, clearly the girl needed help. She couldn't do things unassisted. And so I looked at the woman and I said, okay, so I have a bit of a dilemma. And she put her hand up to stop me. And she said, we have a seat in first class available for you if you will swap it out. And I said, absolutely. And so the mother came up and I picked up my bag and brought it to first class and I flew first class. That's a different situation. And it was done properly. It wasn't the mom over here being like, you need to, you don't care, right? Because that's what they're doing, right? What they do is they already plant themselves there. And then they make you tell them that they have to leave because it's your seat. That's how it's been going down. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my seat. Oh, no. Okay. So I hope you don't mind, but I would like to sit with my husband or my son or whatever the scenario, right? Who cares? And would you mind sitting in my seat so I can sit? And then they're like, where are you sitting? And they're 13 rows behind. And they're like, yeah, no, I'm not comfortable with that. And it's a middle seat. No, I have to sit, at the window, or I have to sit there. People have anxiety on planes, people. They have to sit in certain places. And you can't, some people just don't roll like that, And then they cap a total attitude when they're like, yeah, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. Somebody else had just said, I was watching, Charlotte Dobre? I don't know. She does a bunch of stuff about people who are on Reddit and stuff. But she had one that said that one girl had stated that she was going to, what was she going to do? Oh, it was a husband and a wife and 3 kids. And there was a seat behind 2 big guys behind them, and he wanted to switch her aisle seat and let her sit between the 2 big guys behind them so his daughter can sit there. And she was like, well, why don't you sit between the 2 guys and let your daughter sit in your seat? And the guy like lost his poop completely. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to take a quick break here, guys. I'll be right back.
Hi everyone, Peter here. I have something to share with you that's very important to me. Scouting America, formerly known as Boy Scouts of America. Right now, we are beginning our annual fundraising with popcorn sales. You guys know I wrote a book called Popcorn World, and it's one of my favorite snacks. Scouting America uses popcorn sales as a primary fundraising way to support troop activities and provide financial assistance to families. Our popcorn is sold at various price points and flavors, with a significant portion of the proceeds directly benefiting the local troop and the larger council. These funds help recover costs like camping gear, activities, leadership training, and registration fees, making scouting more accessible to families. Don't eat popcorn? No problem. There's an option to purchase popcorn and donate to one of our service members in one of the branches of our military. Last year, I was able to get top seller status in my troop, and this year, my goal is even higher. If you can help support me and my scouting troop, you can order online at http://bit.ly/SITHPOP, Sith-Pop, all capital letters on the Sith-Pop. My mom will put the link in the podcast description box. Get yourself a yummy treat or send one to a service member, and thank you for your support.
Okie doke. We're back. Hello, everyone. Talking about seat entitlement on planes right now. I have never had that issue. So long story short, summary, I have never had that issue because I book our family together. I know we're only 3, but it doesn't even matter. Even if you're a family of 4, we flew 4, and it's like sometimes, our niece wanted to stay the first time she flew there, and she has plane anxiety. She flew with us. We put her on the window, Pete in the middle, because he's flown the window and he doesn't even really look at it. He just watches movies. And then on the way back, she wanted to try sitting on the aisle across from us. So we did that. And she was like, either way. She wasn't a fan of flying, but understands it was like a necessary evil. And I told her over time, you just get used to it, But craziness that people would even do that. It's just insane. What else? What else are we going to talk about? Oh, food. Okay, so I think I'd talk about food. So I have been feeling a lot better, and I just wanted to share with everybody. I had a little medical snafu that happened. Snafu, Denise, snap you. No, snafu. That happened with respects to my health, and it's all inflammation and stuff like that, and it's totally okay. It just got out of hand, and so now I'm at the point where I have readjusted my entire diet. I have added a few things. If you don't know by now that if you have autoimmune or any kind of primary medical issue that consumes your body, that you are going to spend a lot of time tweaking. Your life is all going to be about tweaking. If you're not tweaking, what are you doing? You're suffering. That's what you're doing. You're suffering. And I did the parasitic cleanse and a heavy metal detox before I went to Italy. Then while I was in Italy, I didn't have any concerns because I ate well, because all the food is clean there. Then when we came back, the few things I did eat, my body just discharged. Let's just put it that way. And so I knew that I had to readjust itself. It didn't like the meal plans we were doing. You know, we talked about the boys do HelloFresh. I love the meal plans. Right now in Illinois, it's cheaper than buying supper. So there's that. And so I decided that I needed to get back to eating kind of my own diet. So my body really is receptive to plant-based food. But because of the lupus, I do need some animal fats. So I'm like, how do I get animal fats? But at the same time, like, it's so much thinking, people. So I tweaked out my supplements a little bit. I got a vibrational plate from Life Pro, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I do that literally, I do it at least once a day, either in the morning or at night. Or sometimes if it's a really rough day, sorry about that. I just like bounced off my microphone. I got too close. But sometimes I do it twice a day. Once in the morning and once in the evening. Just helps kind of loosen all that lymph. Plus I got to open the termini of the lymph on the chest, like in the neck area and the face before I get on there. It really has helped. And I've seen, moving more, trying to move more. I was moving when I'm in Italy. Obviously, you know, we were walking like 15,000 plus steps a day up to 30,000. And that's just how they get around. I want to walk more, but I can't do the heat. And sometimes it's pure laziness. So now that we're having an amazing week. Like it started yesterday and then today and for the next week, we're like in the 60s and 70s, like low 70s, with evenings getting down to 58. It's glorious. I know all you summer people are like, wah, wah. And all us fall people are like, whoop, whoop, pumpkin spice the shit out of everything right now. I'm thinking of decorating for fall in September. I'm bringing all my shit out. I couldn't bring out, I have summer stuff from like my little front porch, but I can't find any of it because Mr. Sith put it away somewhere and then he doesn't remember where he puts it because he never puts it where I ask him to put it. And then he doesn't know where it's at. Know what I'm saying? Ooh, my whole computer screen just like popped up and down like a power surge. I hope I'm still talking. I mean, it's still recording, but oop, if we have a little glitch there, that's what happened. But it's just crazy. Like, I'm like, okay, where's all my summer stuff? And of course, I didn't get to Hobby Lobby until end of July, early August. So clearly, duh, I'm a moron because that's when fall and Christmas starts there. So I had no summer stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess I'll shop for my summer stuff after the Christmas stuff gets put down. It's just insane. Like I got to shop for summer. I mean, what if my vibe changes by then? If you know, you know. I'm like, listen, like my whole vibe could change by then. So I don't know. So I think I'm literally just going to put out all my fall stuff. I'm so over it. I'm ready. I'm ready to embrace it. I have a friend who's been listening. Her name is Brenda. Brenda Cooper. She's the one that wrote God Goggles. She has been listening to Christmas music, I'm pretty sure, for like 2 months now. She's all in. She's ready. We love you, Brenda. I love your enthusiasm and spirit for Christmas. I can't do it that early. I just can't. Because then I feel like it's like, oh, they gotta take everything down. But I can do fall. I'm all into fall. And then I think I'm going to put up Christmas a little early this year too. I don't know. I feel like it should be done for Thanksgiving. And I used to do it the weekend or the day after Thanksgiving. So, curious. Not sure what I'm going to do. But there's that. So that's what I've been doing. I've switched. A lot of people are asking me, what do I do? I have friends that are interested, blah, blah, blah. And some of the food I've been posting on the social medias. And it's Thistle. I'm doing Thistle, which delivers twice a week because it's fresh and veggie based. They do have protein options that are meat. I believe there's a chicken and a pork option. I'm just doing the tofu portion option for protein and like all the legumes and veggie based proteins. My snacking is predominantly protein as well, because obviously I'm not getting any younger. I'm a woman. I'm postmenopause. And so I am 100% needing the protein in my body. If you do not know this and you are under the age of 40, you're literally going to have to double to triple your protein intake when you get older, or your whole body goes to poop. I'm just saying. And if you are older and you're not sure why, it's probably because you're not eating enough protein every day. It's insane. It's insane. So I'm like, how do I get protein? Oh, so I'm doing a lot of hummuses and a lot of, not a lot of, but carnivore snacks. So that's the name of the brand, Carnivore Snacks with an X instead of SNAX. I have no codes. I have no whatever. I don't represent them. I'm not an influencer. I like, I like the brisket and the pork loin. But they're just like dried, but it's only got grass-fed beef and salt and good salt. So I use that as little snacks. I do kachava shakes as well. I'm not a fan of eating in the morning. So anymore, I'm so old. I'm totally turning into like, wait, Grandma, why are you eating dinner at 3? I totally get that now. Like 100%. Your body does not want to process anything after like 5 o'clock. It's crazy. Now, the one thing that I'm really struggling with right now is that I'm struggling because it's new to stay on track and not cheat. And I'm having to make sure that the boys in my house eat, because both of them, I mean, I can't expect anything from Peter, but Mr. Sith will he'll literally eat out every day if it means he doesn't. But then he was like, I want to eat healthy. And this is wrong. I wasn't. I'm so tired. My back hurts. I have to lose weight. Okay, but you're doing nothing about it. And Burger King and Naf Grill are not helping at lunchtime. Do you know what I'm saying? So I got him a male supplementation from Ancestry Supplements, and Ancestral, I should say. And they're organ-based and all this other stuff for men, right? Optical enhancement. I don't even know if he's taking them. I bought mine after he got his, and I have a 60-day supply, and I'm already had to renew mine, but he still got a bottle. And it's like, well, what do you want me to do? You're always tired. Do I have to take do I have to take male enhancement for dudes supplement myself? Do you want me to regurgitate them like a baby bird and put them in your mouth? Like, I don't understand. And if I don't make dinner and they get a chance to go somewhere together, noodles. Worst place to eat ever. Noodles. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. It's their go-to. I'm like, nope. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Came out worse than I thought. That kind of stuff. I'm like, why? No. But yet they do that. And I'm like, please stop. Please stop. Stop with the noodles. And they'll be food plans. So I've switched the HelloFresh to 2 people, and they're in these cute little bags for 2 people, but there's always extra. I mean, they give you like very large portions. I feel portions that are too big. So I'll always food style the plate, give it to them, and then make mine after, and then go and eat, but they've already started, right? No big deal. I'm okay with this arrangement because it's for me, right? But like snack wise, oh, they're bad influence. I want to do this. I can't do that. After the show the other day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to have myself a little popcorn and a water. Okay. And usually I get a root beer. And so we were going to see Harry Potter. The Harry Potter movies are playing in the theater again for like a short limited time. So I wanted to see them all with Peter. Okay. And because he hasn't seen any in the theater. So we went, and they have like custom, like little tumblers and popcorn things and stuff. So I was like, do you have any of the collector cups? And they were like, well, we don't have any Gryffindor. We only have Slytherin and Ravenclaw. Well, I'm a Ravenclaw. If you know, you know. Okay. It's the houses at the school. There's 4 houses: Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, and Ravenclaw. And the kids get sorted into 4 houses, like little fraternities. Okay. Sororities slash. I am a Ravenclaw. And so I was like, oh, you have Ravenclaw? I'll have a Ravenclaw glass. Well, that came with the thing and a small popcorn. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then they're like, and you get a soda out of it too. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I have a water, but I'll do a root beer, because that's the only soda I'll drink now going out. Because I can't drink Coke. It's like poisoned for me. My body is like crack meth cocaine. I cannot drink Coca-Cola. 1 sip, that's all it takes to slide. And I'm down the hole of addiction on that again. I mean, I used to drink cases of that a week. I couldn't stop. It was so addictive. It is one of my foods that I drink, whatever, that it's a vice. I cannot drink that stuff, period. So only root beer when I go out. And if they don't have root beer, I'm just like, yeah, I'll just fill up the water anyway. I don't care. So yeah, so we've been doing that, and I'm like, okay, so I got a small popcorn, and I had a small and movie theater portions for sure, root beer with my water, and I split my water with Peter, and then wound up filling, because he drank half my root beer, so I just filled it up with water on top of that, and then we leave, and I'm like, oh, well, we're probably going to eat. So I thought, yeah, we're probably going to eat, so we'll go home. Do we need to pick anything up before we go home so I can make my stuff? And, Mr. Sith right away, let's go to Five Guys, because he has it all planned. He had it planned probably in the theater. I'm not even joking. He's listening. I'm sure he is. You were thinking about that in the theater, because it came too fast. He never makes a decision that fast. That's not noodles. But he knew I was there, so that was not even an option. So I'm like, okay, so we'll go to Five Guys. So we went to Five Guys, and I'm like, I need your little cheeseburger, like the little one. And I only want like raw onion and hot sauce and mayo. And then I get a large fry, because if you've had a large fry from Five Guys, it's like a freaking small garbage bag. I don't even know like what they do with their fries, but please. So I just get a large, and we just all split them between the 3 of us. And then the boys wound up getting little ones too. I might have slightly shamed them into that, because I'm like, we don't need to get like double cheeseburgers anymore, people. Like, come on. And I'm doing too well. And so my weight is moving in the proper direction once again, which means I have activated my metabolism. If you're not losing weight, but you're doing all the things, it's because your metabolism is just stopped, and you need to do something and figure out what's going on in your body to get that stuff moving again. So I figured out what it does. There's more stuff that I want to add, but I don't want to do it all at once. So I have like a Amazon list of like stuff that I want to add, meaning supplementation. So I'll usually order, I'll look at the company themselves that sells the supplements, and then I will look at Amazon to see if they have a store, make sure they have a store. If it's just sold by some random seller, I won't buy from there. So like ancestral supplementations. So the organ meat supplements, they have a store in Amazon. So it is actually coming from them, and it's priced the same. That's how you usually know. So if I want it and they do have an Amazon store, I will like their Amazon store and then go ahead and put it in I have a supplement list, and put them in there and explain why in the little notes I'm taking it or when I want to add it, so that when the time comes, I don't have to look all over again. I just go in and be like, which one do I need to, this one does this one does that. And then I'll just add it, throw it in my thing, and then put it on my subscription list. Because you got to give everything 60 days, or it's kind of you're not really trying. You know what I'm saying? If you don't give it at least 60 days, it's not much. But I'm just trying to move more. With school, we've kind of half started school. Our full classes, we're only doing like 3 classes right now, like 3 different subjects. But right now, when we jump into all of our subjects, are going to start in September, plus riding, Plus, I signed up for, I signed myself up. I'm helping out one of the coaches that have kind of like been trying to get stuff done, but it's just her because the other coaches are not really jumping onto stuff and to help her out, or they don't move on it. And I'm like, we really need to start moving on this stuff for this team. And so, yeah, we did that. So I volunteered to help her and do all that. And we have a fall festival coming up locally here in McHenry County. They're the McHenry County Lions Rugby Club. And we're going to be having a booth at the Huntley Fall Fest. So if you're there, come on out. So I'm looking now we just ordered vinyl stickers. I ordered some tumblers. I'm going to put them all together. And then we'll see if we can get some giveaways going and stuff like that for enrollment and all that. But new season starts coming up, but we do have a winter sesh that they're going to do to keep all the boys and girls warmed up. It is co-ed. So if you are local to McHenry County and you have a girl who likes to get a little active, a little rough like I used to, go ahead and put them in. We have plenty of girls on the team, and most of the girls on our team are excellent because all of their dads are coaches, or all their moms. The mom that I'm dealing with that's a coach, her daughter plays, and she's like fantastic. I'm like, dang, she's good. But then I found out her mom played rugby. Oh, that's why. You're her mom. Oh, okay, I get it. It's like, sweet. But yeah, and we kind of vibe, so that's kind of cool. What else is going on? I'm sure I said I was going to talk about something else, and I forgot about it. There's that. So that's what's going on with all of that. Next week, we're done with the vacation stuff, but next week I want to talk about a few things that are going on. I don't know if I can go into full detail yet because I want to wait till like things evolve a little bit here. Because I think I'm slowly coming down. Something happened that kind of wound me up, and I feel like didn't go down the way it should have went down. And so normally I'm real loud and proud about it, and I'm trying to take another approach. And so I'm doing a watch and wait kind of thing. I'm not used to that. So, but I still definitely want to talk about it because there are some things that need to be said. There's that. All right, guys, until next week, you guys have a great week, and always remember, lead with kindness. Bye.